Good afternoon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I get started with the video, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, thumbs the video up, and share this video. We're saving children lives here, and this story is an updated story. But I never did this story on my main channel, but I've um watched it on another YouTube platform. But basically, the story is about an 8-year-old girl who was killed by a gunfire when police was finding the gun. You know, she was hit by gunfire and killed. And in Pennsylvania, and there's an update: 3 officers been arrested in connection with the homicide to manslaughter. But here, this is um, it says here, fire company suspended after alleged racist remarks, mocking of girl killed in police shooting. A volunteer fire company in Pennsylvania was suspended for 30 days after members allegedly made racist comments about other firefighters and mocked Fanta Belletti, an 8-year girl who authorities said died of police officers last year. Pierce for confirmed the suspension of the British volunteer fire company on Thursday and said the matter had been referred to the district attorney's. Pierce, a board member from another local fire company, will reveal the alleged comment at the Derby Township Board of Commissioners meeting Wednesday. The letter, which was written by NBC News, the remarks allegedly occurred January 7th after a meeting fire survey between race and other local companies, including multiple but 6 members. The Breslev did. The letter says suddenly the sound of group of people discussing while using foul language. A recording of the comments was made through NBC News and has not reviewed all of it. The letter says people on the call talked for nearly 2 hours. They alleged used racial epithets to describe firefighters and the fire chief from another local fire company. The letter says, and they said it was time to leave the area because black people were moving there. One person allegedly threatened to physically assault members of the Goodwill. The letter says, and another joked about Fanta Belletti's name. We have great concerns of this as fire companies and the safety of the community. The letter says this is not appropriate and does not belong in the township. A message left with the fire department Thursday was not returned. A person who answered the phone at Goodwill declined to comment, citing the district attorney's investigation. A lawyer for Fanta's family, Bruce Castergan, said in a statement that her relatives were appalled by the allegations. A kind and loving girl, Fanta brightened the lives of everyone she met. The statement said to speak for her with such disrespect shines a light of shame on those people at the firehouse making the remarks. It reflects negatively on those good and true. First responders who pledged their lives to the service of all members of the community. Vento was killed outside of a football game in August at Academy Park High School in Shern Hill, a grove roughly 1 mile from Darby Township. Three police officers were charged with voluntary manslaughter and voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, and reckless endangerment in her death. Their lawyers have said they are innocent. Now, here is the news video. And then after that, I'm going to my commentary on it. One second, put video up. Hold on.
This is Martha's hometown. This is what Martha's day looks like there. This is Martha 2 years ago. And this is how Martha lost 20 pounds on Noom. I'm Martha.
There's a commercial. Hold on.
They are clips of a conversation. Darby Township says it was made aware of this recording last night, reportedly of members of the Briarcliff Fire Company, after a January 27th meeting about fire service in the township. The recording was made after the meeting officially ended. Elected officials left, and that's when complaints about the township and other companies and its members. Doing the talking. The recording came to light when members of the Goodwill Fire Company reported it to the township leaders. After that report was made, the township suspended Briarcliff until the district attorney investigates.
We're not going anywhere until we get the justice that we need and have those folks removed and be accountable for the racist statements that they made.
Crystal lives in Darby Township, and she says after hearing of the recording, she wants to know if the language used have consequences.
Got this information, it bothered me because it makes you wonder how many calls that we made that they didn't come on time to save a life.
According to a letter sent by Goodwill Fire Company to Darby Township, the people being recorded were making threats and made fun of an 8-year-old girl who was killed by police at a football game.
And to have these kind of actions taken and these kind of remarks made is just unacceptable. By county council, we will continue to do what we have to do to make sure this does not happen again in Darby Township or any other township or borough.
The county, backed by state and local government leaders, say the fire company is volunteer. It has no control over the organization, but it can prevent the volunteer service from responding to calls.
The patience for people of color is over. There is no more ramp up to say, well, we'll fix it 5 minutes from now, 20 minutes from now, 20 days from now, 20 years from now. That patience is gone. All of us who say we want to remove systemic racism starts with places like that.
Hats are great, but hair is better. Through Hims, you can get doctor-prescribed treatment options to help stop.
Okay. Let me get my commentary on this, okay? Number one, when I showed you the video and the woman was speaking how she was really offended by what they said and how she believes that they have the same people who, if you was to call them, they won't show up. And I agree. These are people who supposed to save your lives. People who supposed to help you during an emergency. But yeah, they're hiding inside of a fire station, talking reckless, talking out their asses, right? And making fun of basically black people. You can tell this volunteer fire department is racist. Because if you can talk about a child, an 8-year-old child, who was killed by police and make fun of her name, and the orders is to imagine what you're doing behind closed doors. I won't put past to it if they're not tampering with physical evidence. I won't put past to it if they're really not going to these cars and they're going to these fake cars just to make fun of people. There's a lot that they're doing behind closed door. And I did say that they was suspended or was shut down for a month. And I think they were suspended for 30 days. This is my opinion. And I'm glad this is going to the district attorney's office. Everybody involved at the fire department who made racial gestures and slurs will be going to jail. You will lose your job. You will go to jail. You will pay the most amount of money combined in restitution to the victim's family who you offended. Then you will approach. Let me see. Let me go back to it. Then, if I was the prosecutor or the judge or the attorney or the members of, the public, I will make you face Ability's family and apologize. It wasn't only racist, but it was disrespectful to know that somebody lost their loved one in a horrific way, and you have the nerve to be making fun of them. And I gotta give a round of applause to the other firefighter from the other fire department who came forward and reported this to the police and to the media, and because this is ridiculous. We living in times. We're living in times and day and age where I feel like racism is getting out of hand.